I did a video the other day and it got kind of lengthy. I realized I talked for way too long talking about the cost of owning a pet, and I just want to make it shorter and faster. So I made an actual list. And I don't want to discourage anyone from going and getting a pet because we love our baby. We've got two of them actually, but the most recent one is the puppy, and we have the cat, and he's 13 years old. So those costs are out of mine. But the new puppy, I just want to go over the cost with you. So when someone thinks that they want to go get an animal, they should remember this, think about this stuff, because there is a lot of cost involved. So we got ours, our sweet little mutt, from the Humane Society, and it was $300 to bring him home. It was just $289 or something like that. It's just short of $300. But that included their cost of having them fixed ahead of time. All the dogs they send home, dogs and cats, are already fixed. And so neuter, spayed, whatever, that's already done, and they're supposed to have had all their shots already. Now he was still too young, so we still had to get a, he was like 9 weeks, but he hadn't had his rabies shot yet, and he hadn't finished his series of the distemper. Yeah, so we still had to go to the vet. And they also give you a free initial visit to a vet locally coupon, so that's supposed to help. But so $300 to walk out the door with a dog. Then we still had to go to the vet. Even though their coupon covered that first initial visit, he still had to have the rabies shot, which I had to pay for. Still had to have, they had to redo his whole series of shots because the Humane Society started too early, which is okay. I mean, they were going to have to finish the last shot anyway, but we had that restarted. They just started him too early. And then we had some additional shots put in there because I wanted them. The things I was going to be doing with him, taking him outside to the parks and out in the woods and stuff, I wanted to make sure he was covered for everything. So that was another $125. And then, let's see, I bought him 2 of these really nice pet beds, which he destroyed. But anyway, they're about 50 bucks each. It's another $100. And then I bought him 3 of these really cheap beds. He also destroyed. So that was a total of 36. So, you know, adding it up here. The dog food, which we had to buy right away, got the big bag, is $30 of the stuff they were putting on, which was the Purina Smart One, Smart Blend puppy, large breed puppy. That was $30 a bag. And then he also likes, because in order to get him to eat the way we want him to, he likes it soft. He keeps stealing cat's food. So we got these gravy cans. It's Alpo something, but it's got meat in it, and we kind of mix it in with the hard stuff to get him to eat it all real good. So figure a total of $60 per month's worth of food before he starts eating even more. For that first month though, I bought 2 baby gates from Walmart, just the cheap ones, and they were about $40 total. Those were my first 2 because they were plastic, and they were just small ones to get me through while he was still little. He has advanced beyond that, and we've got much more expensive ones now. And the carrier, so the first baby gates were 40 bucks. And then the carrier I went and bought used, so I did get it used. I didn't go out and buy a brand new one. That was 40 bucks. So right there, I was up to, within the first 2 weeks and everything I bought for him, buying him and paying for the vet and paying for the things I got, without toys and stuff, that was $700 right there. Add to this list. I bought him toys, lots of toys. And the toys run anywhere from 0 to 20, although Doug did buy something offline for 40 bucks that he just hasn't had enough interest in yet. But it was a cool toy, it was something for the yard, but he wasn't interested. But most of the toys are somewhere around 10 bucks that he actually is interested in. Leashes, I've got like 5 of them of different lengths and how heavy they are and stuff. And collars, we've got a couple of collars because he went through which size was going to fit him best. A harness, which we've advanced beyond that now. So the harness was about $30 to hook on the front of him so he wouldn't pull as much. And the food bowls you have to buy, you know, like some of this stuff is just required. You have to have a leash, you have to have a collar. Maybe you don't buy as many as we did, but you have to have these things. So leash, collar, harness if you're going to use it to try to keep your dog from pulling you halfway down the road. Food bowls, we got a blanket, lots of treats. So training treats, I got all the little pepperoni things and I cut them up real small on the bacon ones, and I just cut them all up. But I have like a whole container of them all cut up. So those aren't cheap either. A car harness to keep him in place, another $20 or $30 I paid for that, so that he's not trying to climb all over the car. We got him a water vest. He did not need that. Yeah, I know. We just want to try to get him to go kayaking with us. He doesn't like it. So some of that stuff was you're not going to need that. But we got it. So, but that added up really quick too. That was another $100 or $200 there with toys and leashes and stuff like that. And the next big thing is the fencing. It's going to cost us about $1,500 to add the fencing that we need to add. Now, we already have most of the fencing in place. We have a fence around the pool, and we have the fence along the back of our property line. So we're just running the connecting pieces between the property line and the fence that runs around the pool, so give him all that space back there. But to do that, fencing is just expensive. Just for that area that we're going to add on, it's going to be about another $1,500 total between the chain link, the couple extra pieces of the vinyl we have to add into the back, and then the gate. It's just expensive. So figure that. If you need to have your dog outside at all, you need some fencing. Fencing's expensive. And then the baby gates. I did upgrade to some steel ones that are permanently fixed now, and they're higher because the baby gates, we had to advance up to the actual pet ones that are 40 inches high so that he's a big dog, he's gonna get through. And those normally run $110 each for those gates, which is like really $110 for a pet gate? Yes. I didn't pay that for them. I got them on clearance. I was looking around at the ones I wanted. So I paid like $35 and $55. Still another 90 bucks. So if before you think you're gonna go get a pet, and absolutely go get them, they're wonderful. They need homes. Just know it's an expense. Figure on $1,000 in that first month, and you know, you're gonna have to come up with ideas like, what am I gonna do with them during the day? And you know, am I just gonna leave them in a crate all day, or am I gonna have some space outside for them? Or you gotta think about all this stuff, you know. So just some heads up as to what we paid for all this stuff, and something to consider.